So welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you how to create a sales page using LeadPages. One of the biggest things that hold people up when it comes to their sales funnels and getting them out there is creating their sales pages. So this is a great way to get over that hurdle. If the tech is holding you back, just sign up for a tool like LeadPages because it's going to make it so quick for you to get off the ground. So even if you have an intention of going and building it on your website or building it somewhere else, this can be that, like, let's just get it out there, let's just get it done, and LeadPages will help you build a beautiful sales page so you might not even want to leave. So let's go through how to build the sales page. So first up, we need to get prepped a little bit. So I have my sales page copy, which I use the sales page kit in order to pull that together. And then I've also just pulled together a folder of some different assets. So I put some photos in here. I put a picture of me. I put a couple mock-ups of the product that I'm building the sales page around. So I just want to have those in a folder so that I can easily pull them together. So when it comes to doing your sales page, make sure you have your sales page copy and definitely use the sales page kit to do that. I've taken it one step further and just kind of like piecemealed these into a Google Doc because that's our step when we do the editing. But I've also put them into tables here so I know where the sections are. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is I teach you to build your sales page in sections. So don't think of it as an entire sales page that you're building, but think of it in terms of the different sections that we have here. And when it comes time to actually building it, these sections are going to be really defined because, one is going to have either a color background or an image background. The next one will be white or light, right? The next one will have a color behind it. So we're alternating the color so that it's also visually represented as sections too. So get these pieces together and then go in and sign up for LeadPages. So once you sign up for LeadPages, it'll look a little something like this, although you won't have all of the pages that I have here. Then what you're going to do is in this top right-hand corner, this is assuming that things don't change with tech. I feel like that's always a disclaimer, is that's often they make changes and then you go in here and it doesn't look the same. But generally, it will work the same. It just might not look the same. So what you want to do here is click on this button, create landing pages. And what's awesome about LeadPages is that they have so many templates here that you can pick from. We're actually going to be building from scratch today, but if you prefer, definitely go and check out some of their landing pages because they really have some great ones here. We're just going to start from scratch, and then you can also, simplify. You could just look at the list. So you could go to sales pages and just see the ones that they have here. So make sure when you are choosing a template that you're choosing drag and drop. So that's going to help us make a much prettier page than the standard one. These are their older templates. So make sure you're doing drag and drop here. So I'm just going to search for blank, and we're going to start with a blank page here. All right, so I'm going to go use this template. All right, so that's going to come up. And then my next piece is just to really build these sections. Well, first I need to give it a name. And the one thing that I will say is you don't want to put like sales page or something like this in here because your people will see this name, even though it says they won't. It'll show up right here. Like it will be like, we'll be able to set the URL, but you see how this says pages, LeadPages, the page name will show up there. So what I like to do is like just put, content campaign generator. I'm going to have to add a 2 there because I do have one in here, but you could just put the name of the product because that's going to show. So what's great is that LeadPages will tell you if there's any, if there are any updates here. So that's great. All right, so we're ready to go. So we're going to build our sections. So the first one here is I have a header section. So what I want to do is I want to come here to sections, and they have some templates here, but I'm going to go, let's see, blank. I'm just going to use blank here. So I'm going to look for a full width section and I'm going to drag it in. There we go. Okay, so then I need to add widgets to it. So in this case, I'm going to put an image in the background, but I'm going to start by putting my text in here. So I'm going to just I'm just going to drag the text in, and then I'm going to grab my text, and I'm going to do this in 2 different sizes. So there we go. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make this an H1. I'm going to center it. I'm going to increase the size and I'm going to increase the spacing between it. Maybe that's a little too big. There you go. Okay. And then I'm going to maybe make it, I can change the font here. So I'm going to do it in Open Sans. Oh, I got to highlight it and change it. Open Sans. There we go. Okay. So then I'm going to drag in my text below too. And I'm going to grab this next part. So it makes it very easy when you lay out your text like this. So yeah, I'm going to go with Laura for this one. I'm also going to center it. It's just going to be normal text, but I'm going to bump up the size just a little bit there. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put an image behind here. And so I can do that. So if I click blank, so I'm just clicking the section title here. So edit section sections. This is where I can either add a color background, right? I can get rid of that by clicking this little outer one. I can add an image here, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add, this one. Oh, let me go. Upload. And then we can drag it there. This image might be a little too big. So that's going to finish uploading. Then I'm just going to check out the next section that I'm doing. So this one is going to just be a lighter section since I'm doing an image on that side. So this actually might be, I think the max is 10 megabytes. If there is, what you can always do, you can either open up the image in Photoshop, you can open it up in Canva, you can just look up like compress image. So there will be a tool that does that. Oh, we timed out. Okay, so let's try one more time. I might just make this image smaller. Compress image size. It's gonna just do its thing. Oop. So if this doesn't work, we can use a smaller image here. It looks like it's working now. Nope, we timed out. Okay. So while that is finishing, we can move on to the next section. So I want my next section to obviously be light, but I'm also going to put an image of the product here. So I'm going to click on sections. And I'm going to go to blank sections. You can also check out theirs, right? Those could be a good one. I'm going to use this one, this two-sider section here. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to go to my widgets. I'm going to put my text on this side. And I'm going to pop that in there. And I'm just going to make that a little bigger. Oh, I want to make it all bigger. I'm going to also bump up the size, the spacing in between. I can change the color here. I can do all those sorts of things. Next, I want to add another image. Oh boy. All right, so then I'm just going to download that smaller image and we're going to go back to this background here. So I just clicked on the section and then that brought up this section setting here. So I'm going to upload this again and hopefully this works. There we go. That's much smaller. Perfect. Okay. So you can put your title and your alt text. Those are important to do, but for the purposes, I'm not going to set that. So there we go. We have this. Now, I want to make this a little bit bigger. Like I want to make sure that more of the image shows. So what I want to do is I want to add padding. So here I can add, let's say 7 on the bottom. And I can let's just do the full 10. So that way it adds more here. And then I can also add a color image overlay just to make this. Let's go add, I'll do white. I'll just kind of really lightly so that my text. Let's go there. Okay. So the image overlay, if I add a new one, I can also set, set the transparency Perfect. Let's go with that one. Okay, so then in the side here, in my second section, I'm going to add another image. And I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to click on my image. I'm going to go upload, and I'm going to drag in my mock-up here. I'm going to put in my alt text and my title if I was really doing this, and then I'll put in that. Okay, so I need to make this image a little bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the style, and I'm going to decrease the width, which is also going to decrease the height. I'm also going to, I'll keep it centered. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So there we can start seeing the sections coming together. So let's move on to the next one. So I want to do a colored background section. So I'm going to click on sections. I'm going to go to blank, and I'm going to make this one, I think, a straight section here. There we go. Then I'm just going to add, my text here. Start with this one. I'm going to drag in, go to widgets, add in text. Okay, I'm going to make this text way bigger. I'm going to make this one a 7, like 6, I think we did. Oh, we got to make it all 6. Go. Bump up the sizing in between. For some reason, so if you're ever not liking the styling, you can always highlight it and then do this little T and it'll remove all of the styling here. So then we can put it back in and make it look the same. So if that comes up for you, so I'm just going to bump this up again. Make it 7. I'm actually going to go down to 6. There we go. Okay. So next I want to make this color. I want to change this to a color background. So I might go that dark. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to add some buffing on the bottom and top just to add a bit more space here. And obviously I need to turn this text white because it's very hard to see. There we go. What's cool is that also for these bullets, I can change what they are. I can change them to little check marks. There we go. I can do it like this, and I can change the color of those. I might make this a little lighter because of finding it. There we go. Okay. So you're starting to see how the sales page is coming together and how we're building it in sections. Now we'll also have, so I want to show you the what's included section here. So let's add another section. I'm going to go to blank. I'm going to drag in the 2 again. I'm going to put my text on this side this time. Text. I'm going to grab what's included. Okay, I'm going to add another image here, and I'm going to drag in my second mock-up image. Oh. Next, I'm going to play with this a little bit. So I'm going to make that small. I want to make this big. Let's go back. So let's highlight that and let's make that really big. We'll also make this 6. which means now it's kind of uneven here. So I want to show you how to change. So say I wanted to make this column bigger or this column shorter. I could also drag the columns like this. So you can change out your section, like the width of your columns too. I'm going to stay with 50% and leave it like that. So the next one is I want to add in a call to action. So generally I like to do the color backgrounds for call to actions to make them really pop, but I'll show you how to do that. So that's basically where I'm going to put my purchase button in here. So I'm going to go add a new section. Going to go to blank and I'm going to just add in the full width section here. I'm going to go to widgets. I'm going to put in text and then I'm also going to drag in a button underneath. Okay, so I'm going to say ready to generate more sales. That's going to be my header. Make that centered. Make that jumbo. Yeah, that works. Okay, I'm going to bold it. And then I'm going to add in my button, start here. Then you want to change the, so if you were building like a consult call sales page, you could always have add a Calendly pop up here. You could do that. Usually we're going to just go to an external URL. So I'm just going to put in my homepage here, your content, empire.com. And open, you can have open in a new window and count this button click as a page conversion. That can be interesting to just get better metrics here. So you can turn that on. I'm going to just make that yellow and then I'm going to change the background here. I'm going to use that teal color again, which means I'm going to need to change my header to white. But I'm going to definitely add some padding here. So to the top and bottom will go just 5. And I need to make this button way, way bigger. So I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to click on this little paintbrush. And then there's these little things, so small, and we can make it a large button, but we're definitely going to increase that text size on it. There we go. I'm going to change that font to Open Sans. So that way I'm only using really 2 fonts on this entire page. There we go. And I can also, yes, okay. I can make it a rounded button, a circular button. I like square. Yeah, and you can change the color and everything there. So let's just preview our page and see how it's coming together. So I'm going to click that little preview box. And I see here that my sales page is really coming together, right? So I might want to make some different little changes, but for the most part, we are doing very well with our sales page here. So the next thing that we want to do, so you would just continue on building your sections. These are the main sections that you would build. So you'd have like, you could put an image in the background, the 2-parter, the color background, adding the padding in the top and the bottom, the 2-column section, and then the call to action. Most are going to be like rinse and repeats of these, but there are a few different sections or a few different extra tips here that I want to show you. So what if you wanted to add a banner at the top? So say this was your special version, or say you wanted to just summarize or have a timer at the top. I want to show you how to do this. And one of the reasons why I like LeadPages is that they have built-in evergreen timers directly in there. So when you are creating something with a timer, you don't need to buy an external tool. You can just use this one. So what we're going to do I'm going to show you how to add a banner at the top here. So we're going to go to blank. We're going to drag in our full width section above. And then we're going to drag in, let me see here. I'm going to go to widgets and I'm going to put text and I'm going to put in my text here. So basically this is just saying, like, say that I was using this as a tripwire page or as a, like, my thank you page. So thank you for signing up for the monthly content planning kit. Say they were coming from that. Your confirmation email is on its way to your inbox. In the meantime, you can save $100 on the profitable content campaign generator. So I'm going to just make this, well, actually, I'm going to keep that as an H3. I'm going to change the font to Laura for this one. So change it to your font, and you have to highlight it to do that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to definitely increase some space in between there. And then I have this little save $100 for the next. So I'm going to add, and I'm going to make this Open Sans. So there I go. So next I'm going to put in my timer. So in these widgets where it says show more, I'm just going to click show more. And then we have this countdown timer here. There's also the date. There's also calendar embed. There's a lot of different, you can also put the progress bar up here if you wanted. So I just grabbed this, there we go. I just grabbed this from this text from one of my existing Tripwire pages, but you could put anything in this banner, but you might want to put like this little complete thing. If it's a sales page, put that there. And then you can also put in our little timer here. So this is where we're going to set some settings. So say that, so when I click the settings here, I have standard, daily, or evergreen. So daily would be if I'm counting down to a specific time each day. Standard would be if, say, there's a specific day, like the sale ends on Tuesday, September 15th, whatever that is. Now, what we're going to be doing is evergreen. So if you're building an evergreen timer, you can do it this way. And you can have it set for 1 hour, 30 minutes, 48 hours. And what's good is that this is going to, so you can also come in here and reset the countdown for all visitors. So you can do this manually if you're like, I just want to wipe it clean. But so what it's going to do is it's going to auto direct people to a different page when this timer is gone. And if I arrive today, it's going to count me down 1 hour. If you arrive tomorrow on the page or another visitor of yours, it's going to count an hour for them. So everyone's time is going to be unique. It's going to be an hour for everyone, but their time will end at different times. So let's say that I was doing actually, or let's say I was doing 2 days. And okay, so I'm going to just put in the time there. Then what I'm going to do is over on this little clock here, I'm going to have either do nothing, redirect, or show and hide the timer. So I'm going to redirect them to a separate page. So say I'm just going to put them to my home page. Perfect. So that's going to drive them there. Then I'm going to come to style here. So the final one, and I can do it as a block. I can do it boxed in. I like the boxed in one. I can change it rounded. I can change it circular. I'm going to do square here. And then I'm going to come to colors, and then I can change what the colors are here. I can also change what the label colors are. So say I wanted to do those here. I'm just going to keep those white. And it'll make sense why I'm doing it white in a second. In fact, I'm going to need to turn this white too. I'm just going to change the background here. So I'm going to change it to this kind of like dark color here. So I just got to change this little 50%. There we go. So we can have this little timer at the top here. And then when we preview it, you can see it starts counting down this timer here. So you could add that to the top and finish up your page. So you can finish adding the rest of your sections, but when you are finished with your page, what you want to do is we want to finish things up. So if you click here, you can change what you want the URL to be. So say you wanted this to be, thank you, or whatever that is, right? So you can change it and it'll tell you if it's not unique here. So you can change the name, you can change the URL here. Then what we want to do is we want to come to settings and we want to set the SEO page title. So if people are going to be finding this, so you might have like by the content campaign generator and then a little SEO description between 500 and 160 characters, the SEO keywords, or you can click here, like say if this is a secret page, you only want people to find it on the thank you page, you could click here and people will not be able to find it. So then the second thing we want to do is in social, we want to choose a page. So people are sharing this page on social media. We want an image to show up, and standard is 1200 by 628. That's the easiest one to go with because that's what Facebook chooses as their preview image. But you'll want to drag something in here. You can also use the same SEO page title and page description. So you can set those here, but this is where you would drag that image in. So say that I was just going to do my one thing with So it'll have that preview image. This has nothing to do with this one, but this is like the size that looks the best in the preview. So the only downfall with LeadPages is when you start getting a lot of images in there, it doesn't allow you to search the images. That's my one thing with it. So the final thing that we want to do when we are setting up your page and finishing it up is you'll want to put in some of your tracking ID. So you can put in your Google Analytics, so you can go and grab that UA code, watch my getting started video if you're not sure where to find this. You can also put in like your Facebook tracking here as well. And then once you're ready to go, so you've done these kind of final steps, what you'll do is you'll hit publish. It'll make you confirm your URL, and then you click publish, and then your sales page is ready to go. So you can go copy it, save this. You can go and check it out here. And you can just kind of preview your page. But this is how you set up a sales page really quickly in LeadPages. Let me know if you have any questions below.